Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Castle, your news show and discussion on everything Walt Disney World and the Disney Company. On today's episode, we have the Raglan Road gift cards for the pandemic relief. We are going to talk about the Disney Furlough, the company-wide Disney Furlough. The Walt Disney World and Disneyland could screen guests for illnesses when they reopen. And then our discussion for this episode is going to be how will Disney bring guests back into the park? Meaning not as far as temperature screenings like I just mentioned in that story, but how will they get people back? Will people be afraid to go? Will people be eager to go? We're going to discuss all that and more up next. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name is Colin. I will be your host, and as always, every single episode, my co-host Brendan. How are you doing over there in Smyrna, my man?
I'm a little lonely, but I'm doing good. Doing a lot of stuff around the house, but
there you go. I know you said you were getting to painting tomorrow, so
yeah, getting to painting.
Enjoy that.
Yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun. I'm over here in Dunwoody. Me and Brendan, we are both in Georgia right now, so we're making the most of our self-quarantine, as you should say. That being said, we wanted to dive into this episode. The date is April 17th, 2020, and this is episode 54 of the Keeping Up with the Castle podcast and videocast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not joined us before, thank you so much for joining in. Please hit that subscribe button and maybe that alarm if you want to see when new content's coming out. If you like us, I don't know. But that being said, we're going to dive into our first news topic. Brendan, if you want to go ahead and start with the Raglan Road news, take it away.
Yeah. Raglan Road gift cards are now available. So Raglan Road is now offering a $75 gift card for the price of $50 in effort to help their staff, which is not working during these times, obviously. And then 100% of the proceedings will go directly to the Raglan Road staff. So that means you get a free $25. Mm-hmm. And it helps out them to keep Raglan Road in business and other people's being able to pay their bills. So this is a great thing to do to help, local businesses and local people in Orlando.
Yeah, the things we love in Disney. I mean, Raglan Road is an icon. It's been in Disney Springs well before actually Disney Springs was honestly even a conceptual idea. This was downtown Disney. This is classic downtown Disney, Raglan Road. So it's something that I'm definitely glad they're doing. I want them to, keep the employees employed. I mean, it's important. It's something that is very necessary during this time. And I love that they're doing this. Myself and Audrey, we're getting a gift card ourselves. I might even get two, because if I spend $100, I'll get 150.
Yeah, and that's almost a free meal.
Yeah. For an extra person, or free drinks.
$25 is an entree, so you get almost a free entree when you buy this.
You can go there for lunch and get entrees for $16, $17.
Yeah.
And then maybe grab a beer or something. It's either way. I think this is really cool. I love that they're doing this. I'm gonna join in. I'm sure Brendan, you and Sarah might. I know you guys enjoy Raglan Road as well.
We actually had a reservation for Raglan Road right the day that Walt Disney World got shut down.
Yeah, that's right.
There.
You're going to be there right around
St. Patty's. It was St. Patty's Day. We actually had a reservation, and we all know what happened. So.
Yeah. Pandemic alert. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I think that's really cool. I love this place. I think it's awesome. I'm all about it. So all of you out there, I just want to challenge you guys. Go to Raglan Road's website, buy a gift card, support your local business. If you don't live in Florida, I don't care. Support Disney, support Disney Springs. And either way, you're helping out humans. You're being a good person if you do so, and you're going to get some free money during the. All right, so up next is going to be the Disney Furlough. So this is big news from all of Walt Disney World and Disneyland, Disney Parks, the whole Walt Disney Company, mostly specific to Disney World, Disneyland, domestic parks we're going to be speaking. So on April 19th, all non-essential cast members, union members, or non-union workers that are part of the Disney Company that are non-essential will be furloughed until further notice. They will receive pay up until the 19th of April, so just a couple more
Yeah.
days. However, Disney will still pay for their health insurance and 100% full health benefits for each employee, union or not, for the whole entire duration of the furlough. And for those of you that don't know, a furlough is not a layoff or a firing. A furlough means you're pretty much getting a break. Like, you're not going to get paid, you're not going to work, but you will have a job when things get better. So this is something we all saw coming. I mostly wanted to talk about it because of the whole union issues. As many of you know, and I know Brendan, you know,
Yeah.
cast members got this information a few weeks ago. However, I'd say for the most part, they're very grateful on how Disney is treating the situation, paying them through the 19th. They got paid through the end of March. At this point, I think they're on to 7 or 8 weeks of pay without work.
Yeah.
Pay. And even the part-time associates, they got their average for the previous month paid out per week this whole time. And then all the union workers finally came to an agreement with Disney, and that was the struggle. But big news, starting the 19th, there will be no more cast members, union workers, anything outside of non-essential security, executives, Imagineers, corporate, etc. So it's a lot going on. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this, but what do you think about this, Brendan?
I think it's the right thing to do. There's not really anything you could pay them, but I don't think that's a good business model. So
There's
that's
too much uncertainty.
Yeah, and it could go on for a couple more months, and without Disney bringing in any profit or any money, it's
just not smart. As good as I think they've dealt with it, I just think it's not smart to further. So, Brennan, do you want to go ahead and talk about the college programs?
Yeah.
All the internship programs.
Yeah, Disney has now canceled all college programs or internship programs until the new season in June. And then Disney will be fully refunding all program fees. So I wasn't in the college program, but I know there's just fees that go with it. And that's good that they're refunding it because obviously they're not there, so they shouldn't have to pay for it. And Disney's not trying to just make a quick dollar. They do have one of the best college programs and internships in the country.
Right.
So that's good that they're giving all that back and they're respecting everybody.
And I think they're going to have an opportunity at maybe the next run. I think they're going to slide the semesters back because something this is my fault, Brendan. I meant to edit this before I sent this to you. So all of you listening, they have canceled the college programs arriving in June now.
Okay.
So at earliest now, if they open back up, the next college program wouldn't start until August.
That's quite a while away.
Right. So that's an issue. I've even seen things recently of, Disney right now. If you look right now, they have park hours open for the park on like March 12th. But I don't see them actually opening. We've seen new restaurants and rides that have been opened yet have hours, and then it wasn't true. But that being said, I don't want to keep rambling. But the college programs, it makes up a huge part of the Disney parks. And I think it's one of the best communities of the Disney parks because they care so much.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's funny because they get paid the least and they have to pay Disney to be there.
Yeah.
While you're getting paid nearly minimum wage, you're paying them to even be there. But you're paying for the internship, the knowledge, the experience.
It's one of the best internship programs in the country, so that's why you do it. And it helps out your future.
Right. But I think these people make the park experience. I mean, I've met countless of princesses and people and cast members I know that have hung out with Ariel and hung out with Cinderella, and I have had conversations with them, and they have been very cool and open about their whole journey with the program, and I'm all for it. So, I really hope that they 100% can take a large amount of college program and attendees during August. But that being said, even if they open in May or April, we're not going to have any college program kids, and I think that's going to have a real negative effect on the parks, even if they open.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let us know what you guys think about the whole furlough, the college program ordeal. Let us know if you're part of the college program. Let us know. One thing I wanted to mention, which I almost forgot, I was talking to Caitlin Kilpatrick just a couple days ago about this situation, and I actually asked her if I could kind of bring her into this conversation because she does work for the Disney company, and she works for the Disney Cruise Line specifically. And she was talking about how it's going to be an issue, and I think that's why they canceled the whole June portion of the college program. That's because they room 4 or 5 or sometimes 6 to a room.
Yeah.
You can't social distance when 6 random people move together in a dorm situation.
Yeah.
It's not possible. It's not something that is standard. But again, this is from Caitlin. She is the Disney Cruise Line sales and marketing strategy coordinator, and she gave me a few quotes for this talk and just mentioned that it's virtually impossible for them to bring the college students, even if they wanted to, short term them in the summer. As important and necessary as it is for the company and the actual park itself, it's not possible. Because of their actual living scenarios, travel, everything, the ordinances, it's not something that can happen. And it's going to really hurt the company, I really think. So if they do open, I think it's going to take a negative effect on the park. So
Yeah.
That being said, we're going to move on, and we're going to go to the last news topic before our discussion. And this is going to be that Walt Disney World and Disneyland could start screening guests for illnesses when they reopen. So the former CEO and current partial CEO, who really knows?
It's kind of a weird situation for them to Chapek and Iger. So.
Yeah, no one really knows. So former CEO Bob Iger recently said in an interview that one of the things that we're discussing already is that in order to return to some semblance and normalcy, people will have to feel comfortable and that they're safe inside of the parks. So some of that could come in the form of ultimately a vaccine. But in the absence of that, a lot of that will come in certainties such as temperature checks in front of the parks when you enter through bag check and etc. So one thing he mentioned is just like 9/11 when the whole airport strategy changed. It's just something that ultimately we're just going to have to get used to. It's just part of our life now. Unfortunately, it's not ideal for anybody. But it's something that it will happen for the parks to open. What do you think about this? I know I mentioned this, in a rant. I want to hear your thoughts about this in a little bit more detail. Like, I obviously I'm sure you're going to say this is good, but will this really help a lot with people that are asymptomatic?
I don't think. I think they just doing it to make people feel safe. Because obviously a lot of viruses are traveled through your breath and through the air. It's not, some of them are by touching and stuff like that, but if you're even breathing next to someone, you can get a virus most of the time. You can get the flu, you can get whatever. So This is something I think they're doing just to make it seem safer, even though it is making it a little bit safer, but by how much, That's kind of how I think about it. It's just
peace of mind.
Yeah, peace of mind. It's just making people a lot happier that, oh, Disney's wiping down things and we're doing temperature checks. Okay, what if someone has a fever that day? Are you gonna send them home?
They will. They will. But what about the 80% of people that are asymptomatic and have no fever but still have a virus and walk in there?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I wanted to ask you, because you hit the nail with the hammer. I mean, you said exactly what I expected you to say. And guys, me and Brendan didn't talk about this ahead of time. I literally was hoping he would say this because it makes sense. But it's to make people feel better. At the end of the day, things will open, and there'll be a lot of things: movie theaters, sporting venues, theme parks. They will be open, and they'll be dying for customers. But there's only going to be a certain few willing to go and take that risk. So I think it's necessary, to bring people in the park. They're losing tens of millions of dollars every week.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into our discussion, what they're going to do about the parks reopening.
How to bring people back.
Yeah. So if we want to jump into that.
Let's dive right into that discussion. So Brennan called me today with a great idea. We changed our discussion up. I think this is an incredible topic. How will Disney World and Disneyland, we're going to talk domestic here, even the West Coast park, just American standard per se, how will Disney bring customers safely back into the park? Not only keeping them from getting sick, but mentally. How will they make guests how will they appeal to guests again? Because honestly, you and I, we're diehard Disney fans, and I'll probably go back pretty quick, but Disney World could easily be a petri dish full of bacteria.
Yeah,
Easily.
and that's kind of why I brought it up earlier today. I was thinking to myself, what are they going to do? Because people are scared. A
Oh
lot
yeah.
of people don't want to go into big crowded areas, and obviously Disney World and Disneyland both have thousands and thousands of people daily. So I was
Just the
thinking,
Magic Kingdom had 39 million guests last year.
yeah. So I was thinking, I'm gonna go back, but I'm a diehard Disney fan. I'm gonna try and go not the first day, but I'll probably be there within the first couple of weeks of it reopening,
Pretty freshly in,
no
yeah.
matter what. But with families, some losing their jobs and some losing a lot of money over this,
It's
that
expendable income.
yeah. So is Disney gonna maybe throw out a discount or just say, hey, if you guys want to come, it's kind of at your own risk because they don't have any deals out right now until that I think the end of August is they have a summer deal, but
They've
obviously it's
had that
closed
for
right
a
now.
while, but they're weary because we're gonna take off right where you just stopped. So don't forget where you just were. But
Yeah.
I just want to mention because it brings up a really good point. They today just canceled all reservations between May 1st and May 9th.
Yeah, I saw
But
that.
a month ago, they ran discounts for people the whole month of May to come back after the parks open. So we were all saying on Walt Disney's life, they are not going to cancel reservations. They've got to open the parks then because they're screwing a lot of people they just had to rebook. Well, we were wrong. They screwed over a lot of people. At
But
10
they got
days
their
of
money
Disney getting
back.
canceled is rebooking thousands and thousands and thousands of guests.
Yeah.
Um, so I know they will get their money back. And to be honest, if you had a trip then originally, great. If you rebooked then, shame on you because you shouldn't have been ready to go back that early. But yeah, it's a crazy scenario. I think they're gonna bring some discounts. So
Yeah, I
what are
would
your first
say
thoughts? What do you think they're gonna bring?
I think they're just going to bring like the regular, their 15, 20, and 25% for deluxe and maybe throw in a free dining because people just love free
I
dining.
think they'll do both, just like this summer. They
Yeah,
weren't
just like
hurting this summer, and they did both. Honestly, they might even do 30. They might do the pass holder levels for the public,
I don't know about for the
20,
public, but for
25, and
pass
30%.
holders, they might have a couple more rooms available for that. And you know, just a couple years ago, they kind of got rid of that fall discount because that was the most popular time. They only had a couple weeks,
Right.
through September, October, November, and I think this year they're gonna have a bigger windows for those, couple more rooms available because if I'm a family of four, which I'm not, but I would say an average trip is gonna for 4 to 5 days is gonna be 5 to 6 thousand. I would say.
To do it right, yeah.
If you could,
On
if I
property.
was a family that maybe I lost my job or maybe I could only work part time instead of full time because of hours and stuff. If they can make it, I feel like Disney's gonna try and bring people in because someone's gonna be like, well, I just made half or three quarters of what I made usually, so now I
Right.
can't afford a $6,000 trip, which I was still saving up for, but now I can only afford $4,000. So I think that 20% or whatever it is, I think
It'll make a
that's
big
the way I would market Disney. If I would say, hey, let's bring people in because everybody's scared first off,
paranoid.
and some I would say some people lost their jobs and some people lost some hours.
Time off their jobs.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. 100%. We did talk about this somewhat in the beginning, but I think a lot of you listening, let us know what you think. Because I think this should probably be agreed upon across the board. I think they will level the discounts. They'll have discounts left and right. That's my opinion. That's your opinion. I think that's most of you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, but I think it'll be necessary. There's going to be enough guests that are borderline teeter-tottering on paranoia, but Disney obsession. Paranoia, Disney
yeah,
obsession. And they're not gonna know what to do. And honestly, I'll probably risk it, even if I have to wear a mask, whatever. I don't even care. I'll go to the Disney parks and wear a mask. It's just like
yeah,
I want to go. There's things I want to experience. I want Remy's Ratatouille to open. There's a lot of things I want to do. I want to get my other magnet from the Flower and Garden Festival. I
yeah,
will be there, but there's a lot of people, like you mentioned, that are gonna be so borderline weary
yeah.
that's gonna be the difference. I'm scared and it's going to cost me 6,000, but man, I might be less scared if it costs me 4,200.
Yeah. Yeah, if it cost me a little less money, I would be more willing to go. And I just thought about this
All
now,
of it is human nature,
and I think
unfortunately.
the only area that might get hurt, I think a lot of domestic people that live in America will come, but thinking, Brazilians are
Travel
very
bans will
big.
still be going on for a while
Yeah,
past our
like that.
open
I
quarantine.
think that's why Disney has to throw discounts to domestic, because there will probably be some type of travel ban outside. There'll still be
Oh, yeah.
something for a
I mean,
little while.
Europeans specifically, and that makes up a very large portion of Disney World, not
Yeah.
Disneyland, but you think about the UK and
South,
Spaniards, Italy, think of South America, Brazil, where they're not going to be open to come in for a while. So when Disney does reopen, if it's March or June, I think they'll be solely relying on people like you and I,
yeah,
the bystanders in America, which is tough because everybody loves Disney World. It's a worldwide global company, and people fly 16 hours to go to Disney World. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a difficult scenario, but I agree they're going to give discounts out the wazoo, in my opinion, and I think that we'll take advantage of this. I actually have
yeah,
a trip already booked for my birthday in August, so hopefully we're still good. Me and Audrey, I got reservations, hotel, everything already prepaid. So hopefully I can maybe pick up some discounts and recoup some of that back. So
yeah. I
that'll
was
be really
about to book a trip yesterday,
yeah.
so for September.
I've got my California grill ready. I got it all ready for my birthday. So hopefully we're good to go. But that being said, again, comment below. Let us know what you guys think. We want to know your thoughts, not just ours. We're not just here to talk to ourselves. Let us know what you
Definitely
guys think, because we do this the other way, recorded or not. Me and Brendan are going to talk about this. What do you guys think? It's a tough scenario. I think it's not like a 25, 25, 25, 20. I think it's 50-50. Either people are going to be excited to go or people are going to be scared. And Disney's going to have to be that gravitational
not.
pull in the middle to get everybody to go.
Yeah,
And I think they have that magic. They have that power. And unfortunately, it's because of the price. They have that power upon us, and I think it'll work. But that being said, at the end of the day, me and Brennan are excited to go, but we want you guys all to stay safe out there. Put your best foot forward. Do what's right for you and your family and your company. If you feel safe to go, go. Don't just go because we said we might go. Do what's best for you guys. We might not be the smartest guys out there, but we're excited for Disney to open. But thank you guys so much for following along and listening. I had a great time talking with you, Brendan. I think this was a good episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this episode. And again, just like I said in the beginning, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time on Keeping Up with the Castle. Thank you.
have a good one.